Okay, so we're going to, or I'm going to demonstrate the three different models that was mentioned in the previous video. So the first one of those is the repeated addition model. So we can do multiplication by using the repeated addition model. So for instance, if we do 2 times, we'll say 4, then this means it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 4 times, and we get 8. So for students who are very strong with addition, because that's the first operation that they learn, this would be a good way to ease into what multiplication is, right? So if we do 2 times 4, it means we have 4 2's, and we're adding all of those together. Also, with that, we could use the number line model. Whoops. Sorry about my crooked line. So we're going to start at 0, and we go 2 at a time, right? So we have 2, we get another 2. My drawing is going to be a little bit off because I'm freehanding it. And then we have another 2. So we go 4 times, and if it was labeled, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So if you look at it as repeated addition and you do 4 of those, you see that the result is at 8. And also you could use blocks as well. So there's different types of manipulatives that you could use. And also you could check out the online virtual manipulative site, and there are some out there as well. This same question, if we look at the array model, it just looks like this. So we're doing 2 times 4. So we have 2 lines, and then we have 4 lines. 2, 3, 4. And then we count up the intersections. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a very visual way for students to get an understanding of what multiplication means. And similarly, we can do it with area as well. So if we say 2 and then times 4, and then they could count up how many blocks there are. So these are 2 different ways to look at it a bit visually. This is called array, and this one is the area method. So you could do it either way, and we get the same result. And the next one was Cartesian product model. So recall that Cartesian product is set A times set B. And, oh, I shouldn't have said times, because this in sets is cross, right? So A cross B means we get all these ordered pairs where the first term comes from A and the second one comes from B, and we're trying to look at all the different ones. So for instance, we can think of this as, if we look at the restaurant example, let's say we have 2 choices of appetizers and we have 4 choices for main courses or meals, right? And then if we look at the cross between appetizers and the main course, then we get a total of 8 different options. And you can visualize that by saying there's, let's say, 1 appetizer, we'll say A appetizer, and then appetizer B. And for each of them, there's 4 options that you have, right? So if you look at the overall number of options that you have 8. So there are 8 things in the set A cross B. So each of these is just a different way of looking at multiplication. And remember that when you're introducing this operation, you should try to share a lot of different ways. And if the students come up with different ways as well, share that with the class and make that an opportunity to discuss the mathematics behind it and try to foster the creativity and foster the questions that come about, instead of kind of saying, no, this is the way the textbook does it, so we're going to stick with this way. Validate what they're asking. or have them talk about it and reason things out, because that's when the most amount of learning will happen.